I'm Chris. That's Tyler. Tyler, how often or when's the last time you drove over 100 miles per hour on a regular road?
Never.
Never? You've never driven 100 miles per hour?
I've never personally been behind the wheel going over 100. I've been in a car going 100, but I've never been the driver.
Okay, that's fair. Shedeur Sanders got a speeding ticket at 12:45 in the morning, going, I believe, 101 in a 60, so 40 miles over the speed limit. Did it come out today that also that wasn't the first time he had been caught going real fast? People are up in arms, man. People have a lot to say about this Shedeur Sanders speeding ticket. I saw what Colin Cowherd said. Colin Cowherd, who had been championing Shedeur, said that he's out. He's not doing it. Basically, you know what? Quarterback is such a judgment thing, and that's your second time. I don't need to wait around for a third or fourth or a fifth time. That's bad judgment. You're Shedeur Sanders. You know that the world has you under a microscope. Don't give them anything but you doing the right things. I kind of agree. I'm not ready to be done with them, but I am like, damn, Shedeur. You know you're Shedeur. Don't speed and give people a reason to hate you, because there is a large portion of fans out there that want to see Shedeur fail, right?
Oh, absolutely. 100% they want to see him fail. My thing is, like, while all that is true, all of it, everything that you just said is true. He should know better. He's in the spotlight. He knows that he should be putting out good news, not bad news. But, like, people get speeding tickets all the time.
Yeah, but people don't get reckless driving tickets all the time. And like,
yes, they do. It happens every day.
Okay, Tyler. All right. Just because things happen every day doesn't mean they happen all the time.
Listen, if I got to choose between 27 sexual assault cases and a speeding ticket, I'm gonna take the speeding ticket.
That's fair. No, obviously I agree with you. I just think he's also being an idiot, and I don't like the judgment call.
No, I don't like it either. But, like, I don't know, man. It's just like these kids. Like, you look at college football, like all these, like Georgia, all those kids just love to drive fast. They all drive fast. They all
and people die, and we criticize Kirby and the culture.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron James got clocked going 100 miles an hour when he was 23 years old in Cleveland.
That was the first and last thing that ever happened. But also, like,
it turned out all right.
He was an 18-year-old.
Okay. It's just, to me, I don't like it. You're right. I don't like it, but I'm also like, I'm not gonna like stress out about this. Colin Cowherd also was out on quarterbacks because they wore their hat backwards, so he can kiss my ass.
Yeah, he did do that. Which I used to give some credence to. I used to think about that a good amount.
About wearing your hat backwards?
Well, almost like it's like the idea that like certain players on your franchise are like, did a little bit of a different expectation. And his thing was like, you don't want the guy who's the leader of a $1 billion company to walk into a meeting room with his hat backwards, which when you really think about it, it's funny. It's like a funny thing that maybe there is a little bit too, but yeah, you're right. He was out on people for wearing their hat.
Mark Zuckerberg wears flip-flops every day of his life.
Yeah, but when Zuckerberg, that was post making it.
Okay, so he's still the owner of $1 billion company.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like he's not handing the keys to someone like that, and also like Zuckerberg.
I'm just like it. I'm just I don't
wait, Tyler. I agree with you. The hat backwards thing is silly, but at the same time, here we go. I'll do this right now. Tyler, you're Tyler McCormick. You have $20 million and you're looking for a financial advisor. The first guy comes into your home. He's got shorts, flip-flops, and a hat on backwards. Initial thoughts immediately. Exactly. See, you try to do it right there with Zuckerberg. We can really talk about it. You would sit there and be like, I don't really know if I'm feeling this.
I'm gonna hear him out still.
You're gonna hear, but what's the first thought in your mind? I don't love this, right? Tyler McCormick.
My first thought is Buddy is either really good at this or unserious.
Tyler McCormick, whatever you do, you will never go to a big time meeting with your hat backwards and flip flops on, because you and I both know that you will be perceived differently.
No.
It's like when we hand you the
also
keys to things, when we
he
hand you the keys to
also
things, we
was
want you to
mad
present better.
about Colin Cowherd was like, it's also dependent upon, like, he was talking about, he was just out in public wearing a hat backwards. He wasn't going into some meeting or
Well,
some
the initial
like,
Colin Cowherd beef against the hat backwards was a press availability.
okay, so who cares?
Okay. No, I agree with you. I do want to get back to Shedeur though. Just real quick. This is Shedeur's second time, I believe, reckless driving in the last month for speeding. I'm not saying it's a huge deal. I'm not saying it's the end of the world, but I'm also saying he's definitely opened himself up to additional criticism and opened himself up to people questioning his judgment.
Everything that he's getting from the media is deserved. Like, he deserves this. I'm just, in my opinion, I also be willing. I would put a lot of money down that Dion called Shedeur and gave it to him.
After what? The first one or the second one?
Probably the second one.
Okay.
Probably this one. The first one, he's probably like just shook his head like, you're an idiot, just like my dad would do. The second time though, he's probably called Shedeur and be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And like had to talk. So again, until I hear a coach say a bad thing about Shedeur in the locker room, until I hear a player say a bad thing about Shedeur in the locker room, until I hear players talking.
Yeah, he's never been tagged with a bad teammate. Like it's not like a Zach Wilson thing where his teammates kind of like didn't vote him a captain, like weren't really rocking.
We have never heard anything like that. And so at the end of the day, as long as he's not, I mean, don't do it again. I don't want to see you do it again, but like, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna just sit there and like I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm out. I'm not out. Like, I can't be out.
No. I don't think it's an out situation. For me, it's more like I don't like that I'm even thinking about questioning your judgment because I'm going to champion you as the most talented quarterback on roster. And I think that some of the things that were said about you maybe were a little bit blown out of proportion or like not fair. But when you do stuff like this, you hurt the camp that wants to root for you.
Yeah.
And like right now, Shedeur needs friends and allies.
Listen, when I was 18 to 23 years old, I got 7 speeding tickets.
Yeah, but y'all just can't drive.
Not reckless, but I was just speeding. I was just going, like 15 over the speeding limit. And so, like, I don't know, man. And that's when I was driving like a truck.
Mm-mm.
I'm not even driving like a little Lamborghini or a Ferrari or whatever he's driving, an Audi R8, whatever he's driving.
I believe he got pulled over in an SUV.
Okay, probably what was probably a Range Rover, if I had to guess. Anyway, I mean, just to me, he's just a young kid doing dumb stuff in his off time. And like, I know he's the quarterback, and like he needs to act differently as a quarterback. But it's just like,
here's where I'm at, Tyler. Do we treat him like he's a kid, or do we treat him like a young man? Because I'm like, what age do you draw the line there? I'm being super serious. Like, what age do you draw the line?
No, I hear you. I think it's more of like, let me ask you this: if he was a receiver,
don't care.
So that's why, like, I get, and that's fair. It's totally, and I agree with you. Like, he's a quarterback. He needs to be making better decisions. And what is he, 23 years old?
Yeah, 23.
So, like, in my personal opinion, I think dudes are all stupid until they're like 25.
Okay. And that's fair because here we go. Like I think if I'm Shedeur, I want to do the right things as a young man and try to push for a more of an opportunity with the Browns.
Sure.
And it's just like, I just don't like, and here we go. I don't think it's a huge deal, but it could be used as a huge deal to people who make decisions. And that bugs me.
Sure. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, it's one of these things where you have to think about too. And like, what if it's even with Gabriel and Shedeur? It's even. The production on the field, the offensive production on the field is even. But I got to worry about you driving too damn fast. It's not something that I want to deal with.
And my theory, I'm Andrew Barry. I'm Stefanski. I'm looking for a reason not to play you because the owner is the only reason we picked you anyway. That's what it comes down to. People are looking for reasons to be out on you. People are looking for reasons not to trust you. People are looking for reasons to confirm what they heard during the draft process about you not being serious, you having bad judgment. Like they're looking for those reasons. Don't give them to them. Because when you do, and you know this is going to be a thing, all of a sudden I'm sitting back like, damn, should I be questioning your judgment? Because these people were telling me there's all these red flags and that your judgment was one of them. Like, don't give them reasons. Like, your camp has stood behind you. There's a large portion of Shedeur Sanders fans that have stood behind you no matter what. Don't make things harder on them, and don't give the people that don't want you to shine a reason.
All very true.
Look, it's so easy to tie it back to, damn, like, he was speeding. What if it's a Rice situation? What if it's a Ruggs situation?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because that's where people are going to take it to the ultimate extreme. And then now I'm disarmed. And I gotta just sit here and pretend like it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. And then I'm copping pleas for you when really all you had to do was not drive 100 miles per hour in Cleveland within 2 months of being drafted.
Yeah, it's like everything you said is correct, and I agree that like he shouldn't be giving them any reasons to not play him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, in my opinion, I'm just like, don't do it again.
Yeah. It does set up some stupid headlines.
I'm not going to I'm not out on him. I can't be at him because like I said, like we both agree, he's the most talented quarterback on the roster.
Yeah. And everyone in our area knows that Myles Garrett still doesn't know how to drive.
Hell no, he doesn't know how to drive.
Myles Garrett be driving around like
shit.
Like Myles Garrett be driving like a madman, bro.
Yeah. And but all these guys do. All these professional athletes be driving fast as hell because they think they're all invincible. And to a degree, like part of the reason why they made it this far in their careers is because they think that they're invincible.
But Myles Garrett crashed his shit.
Yeah.
And missed the game.
Driving fast as hell.
Yeah, and him had that big ass body getting out of that little sports car, boy. If you don't go get you an SUV, grow up. That's my hear me out. If you are over 270 pounds, my brother in Christ, leave the Ferrari to the little millionaire. You don't need one. Get in a big car.
Go get your souped up Tahoe.
That's what I'm saying, bro. If you're a big boy, I'm sorry, dude.
That's why I drive a truck.
Drive a truck. The last thing I need is you, the heavy ass sitting, in the right side of that.
How does he even get into a Ferrari?
Bro, he definitely has to just let his body drop into it. Like he can't ease into it. You gotta have the part where you just let go. It's like the equivalent to me getting in a go-kart. Like, boy, go get in the fucking truck, grow up.
Yeah. Even Jose Ramirez drives a Denali.
That's what I'm saying. Ferraris and shit are only cool until
he's 5'8".
Yeah, well, it's what do they say? The little people always want the big vehicles. The big people always want the little vehicles. Like, just stay in your lane, man. God ain't design you for no Ferrari, Myles Garrett.
No, way too big. Yeah.
But yeah, that's just, I feel like it's newsworthy and we had to talk about it.
No, we absolutely had to talk about it, and it is what it is. I think the other thing I wanted to talk about is I'm not up to speed on the Browns salary cap situation
for this year or moving forward.
For this year. But I can tell you one thing. I am tired of the fucking Baltimore Ravens just signing guys that make them even better and guys that we could use. They just signed Jair Alexander.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we got Martin Emerson running around out there. I mean, they have the best secondary in the NFL.
Well, the issue is the Browns have $61 million in dead cap.
Oh boy. I'm not sure. Like, I don't even know if they're capable of.
No, I'm saying they could have signed him and put together a better roster if they did not have $61 million in dead cap.
No, correct. So basically, what you're telling me is that they had no chance to sign him. They couldn't have signed him.
Yeah, like in comparison, the Ravens' dead cap is only $21 million. So it's like that just affords them more room for players.
Yeah, it's just like they are assembling quite a team over there.
Well, what they've done is they do a lot of these short-term deals, so they never have to cut a player with lots of money on the back end.
Yeah.
So they do these. So they do, honestly, Tyler, they do the thing that you always talk about. Let me create as many 3-year windows as I can. And they sign players with that mold in mind.
Yep.
And so they never get caught in a situation where they're in cap hell. And the Browns put themselves in basically cap purgatory by giving the highest guaranteed contract of all time.
No, they put themselves in solitary confinement with a straitjacket on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so either way, I'm just like the Ravens. It just seems to me like the Steelers, the Bengals, and the Browns just are going backwards, and the Ravens just keep going forward.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it seems like to me. And I think the Steelers are going to have. I don't think the Steelers are going to have a great season by any stretch. I think Aaron Rodgers is washed. I think he's doing too many hallucinogens in the middle of nowhere in California. I think Joe Burrow is one season away from asking for a trade.
I don't know if he can though, because they just made sure his boys are going to be paid forever.
Yeah, but like they ain't gonna be able to stop anybody.
Do you know the teams that gave up the 3 most points last year?
The Bengals,
Yep.
the Cardinals.
Mm-mm.
No, that was super random. I don't know why I thought about that. Were the Browns in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Bengals, Titans, Browns. Those are the teams that gave up the most points last year. You know what's crazy about that? The 2 teams, number 1 pick, number 2 pick.
Color me shocked.
Yeah.
I should have guessed that. I should have.
Like the Bengals are up there. They're one of 3 teams to allow over like 320 points or some shit like that. And the only other 2 teams that allowed that many points were the number 1, number 2 overall pick.
I just for some reason didn't think it was the Browns because the Browns just never scored. So like they would just lose like 24 to 10 a lot. And it was like they weren't giving up like 30 burgers all the time.
They were up there because they just didn't have like the dominant like defensive games, like 2 games that would like drop them down on that list.
Yeah.
So just real quick on the Browns cap hits this year, can you tell me who their top 4 cap hits are?
Deshaun.
He's number 1.
Miles.
He's not number 2.
Is he number 3?
Yeah, he's number 3.
Number 2. Is it a lineman?
No. A lineman's on here. The lineman.
Jack Conklin. I think Jack Conklin's the 4th.
No. Wyatt Teller is 4th.
Oh, Wyatt Teller's 4th. Okay. I have no idea. Who is 2nd?
Denzel Ward.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, if you think about it, those 3 players are the 3 of the top 5 players on the team?
Yeah, Deshaun Watson, Denzel Ward, Myles Garrett, Wyatt Teller, Newsome, and then Batonio is
Greg Newsome is 5th?
Yes.
Ew.
Yeah. and that's where it starts to get like really ugly.
Yeah, like Greg Newsome's not a bad player. I don't mind Greg Newsome. I think Greg Newsome can be a 3rd corner on a really good defense. Like I think that's very true. But for him to be the 5th highest paid player on this team is kind of disgusting.
And Deshaun Watson's dead cap hit $167 million, which is the largest dead cap hit, I believe, in NFL history.
Worst contract since the Louisiana Purchase.
It's bad, dude. It's bad.
It doesn't get any worse than that. I don't care what you say. I know the Steven Strasburg deal was really bad.
I've been talked out of that, actually.
The Deshaun deal was the worst contract in the history of sports.
You know what talks me out of the Strasburg contract? Was that he won a World Series before he signed it.
There you go.
So it's like at least they got something with him, you know?
Yeah, I can't think of a worse trade. I can't think of a worse trade or contract in sports history than this one.
I mean, Chandler Parsons getting $100 million to play like 13 games. But that's only $100 million. That's not $246 million.
And in football.
Yeah. Yeah. Football. When guys don't make that kind of bread.
And like Chandler Parsons, like, not that he was a great player, but he wasn't a bad player.
Well, he was bad after he signed the contract, yes.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, bro, he didn't play. They just had him. He was just on boats doing cocaine, allegedly.
Allegedly.
He just stopped playing the game. Want to jump ahead a little bit. Not jump ahead a little bit. Want to change gears. College World Series, man. Have you fallen in love with a player yet?
There's a lot of dudes on the LSU team that I really like.
I'm just saying the MLB draft is coming up. I guess I'll ask you this. Are you going to watch the NBA draft?
No.
Are you going to watch the MLB draft?
I won't necessarily watch the NBA draft, but I will follow it. Like I'll refresh the ESPN app and follow the draft.
I think I'm more fascinated in the MLB draft this year than I am the NBA draft this year. And that is the first time in a long time I could say that.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of good players, man. There's a lot of good. The pitching is just getting so good in college. It is getting so good, and a lot of these colleges now, these big time schools have like labs, like they're creating these dudes in labs, and they have it. Arkansas was running dudes out there that were throwing, 97, 98.
Shout out Gage, man. I know
LSU had the big tree that's throwing 101.
Yeah.
So I don't know I'm excited. Coastal Carolina, LSU. LSU is kind of like the Ohio State in for baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just always good. Always. They're just never bad.
I mean, I feel like every team you look back and they've got pros on there. Like every single team.
Oh,
that's how you look back at like Ohio State teams. Like you look around, like damn, a pro, another pro.
If you were thinking about if I had to name the top 5 college baseball programs in the last 15 years, I'm going to say LSU, Vanderbilt, Florida, Oregon State, and probably South Carolina.
Oregon State produces a lot of players.
Mm-hmm. Really good players.
Yeah.
But like those teams have been really good. South Carolina went back-to-back national champions. I mean, Vanderbilt's been insane. Tim Corbin's a legend.
Mm-hmm.
But LSU just like in the box, the LSU baseball stadium is one of the top 5 venues in all of college sports.
All of college sports.
Yes. Nobody likes to play there. They always play at night. The stadium, the fans feel like they're right on top of you. It's loud. I don't know what it is down there in Baton Rouge. Like when the sun goes down there, shit gets weird.
It's like werewolf season. Oh,
dude, it's like some weird things happen. People get loud. All them Cajun hillbillies, they just don't be speaking they speak a different language down there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an awesome stadium. I mean, the southeast corner, like if you think of Texas, like the southeast corner, including Texas, the baseball down there is just so much better than it is everywhere else. And Arizona's good too.
I'm a believer in Arizona.
Arizona's good too, but like, I mean, the mecca of like high school baseball is in Atlanta. Like it's the best baseball in the country is in Atlanta. Bar none.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna push too far back because I don't. I just believe in what Arizona's been doing lately.
I'm just like saying, if you just look at the list of dudes that play that, I bet you there's a decent I bet you there's 10% of American Major League Baseball players are from Atlanta.
No, it's too high.
Just saying, there's a lot.
I think you said of American.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, probably.
American. If you look at the American baseball players that are playing Major League Baseball, I would say it would not surprise me if 10% were from Atlanta, the Atlanta area.
Yeah, no, it's here. And look, I'm from Atlanta, so I get it.
It's different, man. They're just so good. They just play all year round. So yeah, I'm excited. I think the College World Series is awesome. I think it's such an awesome format. I think the double elimination and then you play a 3-game series for the national title is just a really fun thing.
Well, and the other side of it is now that these college programs are so good, these guys are getting to the MLB so much faster,
Oh,
and they're producing so much
the
more.
big dude from LSU could be in a major league bullpen right now.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like
A lot of those guys can be in a major league bullpen right now.
well, the issue with college baseball before was like when a guy got drafted, you wait 3 years before you ever saw him. But now you're seeing guys like shit, dude. Like in the Bazana class, which we're gonna talk about real briefly. Jacques Caglione, what's he doing? He's not just in Major League Ball; he's producing at a high level right now, hitting the ball really, really hard. Nick Kurtz is hitting, I believe, 260 with 8 home runs and OPS over 800. Like early, just like playing really, really well. Obviously, Paul Skeens 2 years ago. Shoot, the kid from the second baseman taking the kid from the Angels. I just saw him play against the Yankees for a 4-game set. He looks the part. Like we're seeing these guys in last year's draft all be up here and hit near the top of their lineup and produce, and that's new.
I think. Well, I also think a lot of like the top high school prospects that used to just go to Major League Base, like go play professional baseball at high school, are now going to college because of how much better college baseball is than it used to be. I mean, if you look at some of these stadiums that these schools play in,
Yeah.
the atmospheres, the level of baseball, you know, all of the above, everything is just better now. It's better funded. It's just all around better. So there's
Mhm.
no reason like, am I gonna go play 60 games and like fly private? Not private, but like fly in a charter plane and or drive chartered buses and like play on ESPN and or am I gonna go ride in a Greyhound in the middle of fucking nowhere?
I do think though that really really benefits the very rich teams
Sure.
because you say that in that Greyhound comment, like all that bumfuck this that whatever, that doesn't apply to everybody. It doesn't apply to the Dodgers. It doesn't apply to the Yankees. That doesn't apply to the Mets. And so we do see
No, but like
sometimes.
you're playing baseball games and like nobody's watching. Nobody cares. You go play college baseball on a big stage and like people care.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
nobody you're playing games and like you're playing games in Akron, Ohio. Like who cares?
I'm not gonna. We're really both from here. Like, chill out.
I
Playing
mean,
games, playing games in Akron is awesome.
okay, for us that we
Yeah,
live here, but like those
but
guys don't care.
I'm saying like how like college baseball wise, like there's only like a hand. My point is this: like I think that nobody is going to watch Vandy throughout the year, even though Vandy's great. Not a lot of people are going to care about Vandy. You're probably going to have more fans if you are a double A player for the Dodgers or for the Yankees than if you are a
I
Vandy
don't know,
player.
man.
I'm almost
You
positive.
play SEC baseball, like
No, you're
it's
no,
a
no,
big
you're
deal.
no, it is a big deal. I think George Lombard Jr. is more famous now that he's, you know, with the Yankees now than he would have been if he would have been the starting shortstop at Vandy.
Okay, but like more famous is in how like people watching the games. Like, nope, you don't watch minor league baseball on TV. It's not
I
on
mean,
TV.
I do, but yeah, like I got you, I guess.
I mean, think about it. Think about what they're experiencing right now.
Yeah, like they experienced that like at that moment, like right now. Yes, I
Yeah,
agree. But
and
for
like
the majority of the season,
for the last month, there's been more college baseball on TV than there will ever be in minor league baseball ever.
no, I
So it's
agree.
just like to me, I think the college experience is so much better now that it's better than playing like high A baseball.
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is like it still does benefit. Like that's one of the things that like benefits like the Yankees and the Dodgers and the Mets because like they can draft those kids that are committed to Vandy because those kids would want to go play for them rather than like going and playing for Vandy. Like that's my only point. It's like it sucks for
When honestly, are they getting drafted though? Am I getting? Those kids are these high school kids are not signing. They're not signing unless they get drafted in the first like 3 or 4 rounds.
No, Tyler. That's what I'm saying.
A high school commit that a Vandy commit that let's say they're going to Vandy or Ole Miss or wherever, Arizona, wherever.
Yeah,
and they get drafted in the 10th round. They're going to college.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the high end guys. I'm saying like that's the advantage, and I'm almost saying that I wish that there was like a uniform policy across all the minor league systems about what you can and can't do. Because here we go, Tyler. If you, like kids slide in drafts, like for example, like kids slide in draft because they're a high school kid. You don't know if they're going to sign or not. But that kid is more likely to sign with the Yankees than they are with the Guardians. And so it's like you're almost able to manufacture a top 10 talent with a second or third round pick because of who you are branding wise. That is all I'm saying.
Again, there goes my problem with baseball again. It's just about the haves and the have-nots.
I don't even know what that means.
It's just about who has money and who doesn't. Like that's not what
that's
what
I'm
adding.
saying.
You're just putting more gas on my fire that baseball is killing its own game.
Not killing its own game, but definitely not helping itself out. The Guardians will have the last overall pick in the first round. Everybody wants them to get the Gage kid from Arkansas through the no-hitter. He's going to be gone by then. And that's unfortunate.
Maybe. You never know. It doesn't.
Dog,
way, like
the Minnesota Twins
I'm not interested in
but told everybody they're drafting him at 16.
Okay. Well, good for them. I can go find another kid that can throw 99.
Dog, you were just in love with that kid 48 hours ago. There's not more than one of that kid in this draft. Okay. All I wanted to do was ask you who your favorite player in the College World Series was. I thought you were going to bring up one of the Polynesian kids.
I don't want to draft another fucking shortstop. For being quite honest with each other.
Tyler's done with shortstops. I don't know. Have you seen the shortstop raking for the Rubber Ducks?
Can't wait to see him in 2028.
All right, here we go. Just real quick. Kafis and the Louder going dumb, stupid as all get out in AAA. No,
I don't know, man. I'm very confused.
I think the Guardians hate Manzardo. I'll say it since nobody else will.
They put him on they didn't put him in the line today against a right-handed pitcher.
Yeah.
I'm starting to like buy into that they don't think that he's as good as that we think he is.
Yeah, like I think we put value in him because of the whole Naylor thing and him also being a cult hero and also like had a couple big postseason hits. When really this whole time they don't love him the way we do.
Well, like we also, but like we just look at his numbers. Like he's got a 900 OPS against right or left-handed pitching.
Correct.
What's his OPS against right-handed pitching?
It's in the sevens, and his OPS plus is over 100, which means he's better than league average.
It's just honestly, man, I was thinking about this. Like the Guardians need to stop the platooning thing and just play their best players. They just lost the game. People are upset they lost the game 2-1 because of a pitching decision by Stephen Vogt. But they scored 1 run. Like 1 run.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about?
You gotta score more than that.
You have to score more runs than 1 run. I'm not going to sit here and complain about a pitching decision when he scored once. Like, people are like, oh, we should have thrown Nick Enright. Does Nick Enright make you feel nice and comfy over Matt Festa? No. What are we talking about?
Yeah. I don't know. I think they pitch well.
The other thing is if they scored more runs more often, they wouldn't have to throw Kate Smith and Emmanuel Clase and Hunter Gaddis every game.
Because everything's high leverage for this team now.
Every game is high leverage.
Because everything's a 1 or 2 run game, and so guys
And
go out there and have to burn themselves out.
Just score more runs. If you're upset about the way the Guardians game ended today, they lost 2-1, and you're mad about the pitching decision that Stephen Vogt made, you're just deflecting from the real problem. The lineup should be, if you're trying to win a game right now, the lineup should be Naylor catching, Jose Ramirez at third, Daniel Schneemann at shortstop, Angel Martinez at second base, Carlos Santana at first, Steven Kwan in left, Lane Thomas in center, and Nolan Jones in right field.
You're done with Gabe Arias.
And DHing Kyle Manzardo. Yes, I'm done with Gabe Arias. Like
he muscled out that 1 home run 2 days ago. That like muscled out.
Congrats. His WRC plus, and now I'm going to speak your language here. Oh, did I not? I thought I saved it. Where did it go?
I actually haven't looked at his WRC plus. His WRC plus this year is
WRC 89. Plus over the last, and it's even worse over the last like 35 games.
Yeah, his WRC plus is 89. For example, Kyle Manzardo's is 103. 100 is league average. So you want to be anywhere between 98 to 105 if you're not a star.
And I'm not saying that I want to ban Gabe Arias to Never Land forever, but like right now, Daniel Schneemann's a better player. Angel Martinez is a better player. And like and that's even me like kind of cooling off on Martinez because he has been doing some dumb shit.
Yeah, he just doesn't take his walks. Yeah, and that's a young player thing.
And so, but like I'm not ready to give up on him. But like, you know what Angel Martinez doesn't do? He doesn't swing and miss at balls in the strike zone.
Mm-hmm.
And Gabe does that more than anybody that I've ever seen. And so it's like, stop. It doesn't work. I don't understand. Like they think that it's helping them, but it doesn't work. Score more runs. Gavin Williams didn't have his best stuff today and gave you a great outing.
I thought today was his most impressive start of the year because his stuff wasn't great. So he dialed it in, and we finally started seeing him be a pitcher's pitcher instead of just try to make you swing and miss at everything.
He only threw it like I don't think he ran it. I think his fastest pitch today may have been like 97,
which is,
and he only used it when he wanted to go to it. I think he elevated a 97 mile per hour fastball to strike somebody out. But like everything was about, he threw a cutter a lot. He threw a sinker a lot. You know, he didn't have a great curveball today as far as locating it. He spiked it. He gave you a great outing. And it's just like, and the starting pitching has drastically improved.
Yeah, no, they're getting better in June, and that's
better. Everybody's pitching better, and it's just like we still are not scoring any runs, and we're going to continue to do this platoon stuff. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, again, why bring them like, okay, so you bring up the louder. Who goes down? Who are you sending down?
I mean, wouldn't you send down Rodriguez?
Probably. Okay, so now you have no right-handed hitting in the outfield besides Lane Thomas.
Okay, yeah, maybe that's an issue.
But it doesn't matter though if you just play the best hitters.
If you just play guys every day,
it doesn't matter. You can send Rodriguez down. So you're not going to send Nolan Jones down. I don't even know if they can.
No, Nolan Jones, they cannot send down.
That's right. So it's literally only Rodriguez is your only, and Martinez are the only two that can actually go down on this roster.
Yeah.
So like, and then so who do you send down for Kafis? So basically, what we're saying is you want to bring where are you going to play him?
That's the other part of it, because like he's an outfielder or a first baseman. I think he's got no holes in his swing out of the two of them between Kafis and Delauder. I think he's got the least amount of holes, which means I think he could adjust to major league pitching the fastest. Because he's not going to get picked apart with the down and away pitches the same way. Sometimes Delauder is susceptible too.
No, I think it's But like, where do you put him?
I mean,
Where do you play him? Are you going to play him the outfield? Or are you going to play him at first base? There's nowhere to play him at first base.
no, I mean, if you can't play him at first if you still got, Manzardo and
The only way that Kafis can come up and play first base is if two of the three guys we have right now get traded.
Would you be opposed to trading Carlos Santana?
I don't want to.
I've just heard that floated up there because he's a rental.
I would get it. I would totally understand, and I really wouldn't complain if they did it, but I don't want to.
It feels like an on-brand thing to do, to trade him.
It's like, am I going to get a better return for what's the difference in the return going to be for a 39-year-old Carlos Santana or a 28-year-old David Fry?
I mean, it's going to be a minor leaguer and some cash.
Right. Either way, any way you slice it's a minor league, some cash. So trade away David Fry.
Yeah.
I don't, but if you're interested in getting a legit player in return, you should just trade Kyle Manzardo. If you're interested in getting an actual legitimate prospect in return, the prospect you get for Carlos Santana or David Fry is probably never going to make your major league roster to begin with. Probably.
See, you just spend it on a high upside guy that another org gave up on.
Correct. But if you trade Kyle Manzardo, you're getting a legitimate prospect that you think is going to play for you at some point.
You know who I'm really interested in? I'm obviously a Yankee fan. I am praying to the Lord that Brian Cashman calls about Daniel Schneemann. Praying. I would do some things to have him as my everyday second baseman in New York.
So I don't know.
Dog, his WRC plus this year, Tyler, 120.
He's an all-star. If he played more, he's an all-star.
Dude.
Here's the thing I want to think about Daniel Schneemann. I don't think Stephen Kwan's signing an extension. I think he wants to be out west.
Bro, he wants to go play with Adley in Baltimore.
No, he wants to go the post-game press conference, the post-game question. He gushed. I mean, he's from there.
Yeah, you're right. He is from there.
He wants to go home.
He wants to go play next to Jung Ho Lee.
He wants to go home. And so, I think he legitimately is just I don't care what you offer me. I'm leaving. So my personal opinion is okay, what if Daniel Schneemann be an everyday left fielder?
Well, wouldn't that just open it up for DeLauder?
Could, but I think DeLauder is a right fielder.
Okay, and then here we go. CJ Kafis. If Kwan leaves, then that opens the door for DeLauder. And
here's my question about Kafis. Is he more valuable at left field or is he more valuable at first base?
He's a bat. I don't care where he plays.
That's what I'm saying is. So I guess the better question.
Well, ideally, it's Manzardo at first, Kafis, DeLauder, and Nolan in the outfield.
Yeah, I mean,
right? That's your four. They all look the same, just in a different font slightly. They look like they belong at the same frat house. Try out the frat house four. Call it a day.
Yeah.
I'm so serious, and I might get some hate. I probably won't get hate for this because there's not a lot of Yankee fans that listen to this, but I would trade Roderick Arise for Schneemann. And Roderick Arise, he's our number 5 prospect in our org.
Is he right-handed?
Yes. Well, he's a switch hitter, but he's right-handed. Switch hitting, second base, shortstop, 6 foot, about going to be 200 pounds. Number 5 prospect.
I don't. You know what's crazy is you don't know. The more you look at it, is Brian Rocchio the longer he stays in AAA, the less you feel like Rocchio is a part of the future.
They're quad A superstars. The Guardians are the quad A.
And so Gabe now, there are things about Gabe's game that I can't stand. I can't stand a major league hitter that routinely misses baseballs in the strike zone.
Yeah, I did pull up his savant numbers. It's kind of one of the more disgusting things I've ever seen. His whiff rate is over 40%.
So for people wanting to do math, okay, every 10 pitches he sees, he misses 4 of them.
Yeah.
He
It's really bad.
swings and misses. Like, that's bad.
So that is the bottom percentile in all of baseball.
Yeah.
Not one of the bottom. That is the very bottom. Baseball
He's
Savant.
the worst bat to ball player in baseball.
So he's 40% whiff, 40% chase, and 40% K.
I just can't do it, man. And like, you're not giving me, what's he projected to have, like 15, 16 homers this year?
It's plummeting down, big dog.
Yeah, like, it's just, to me, man, it's just one of those things where, like, I want to give him the full year. I do want to give him the full season to play shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
But like, right now, if you had to ask me, like, Gabe Arias is also not a part of this team's future. So now it's like, okay, what do we do? I think they should just play Daniel Sheeman at shortstop.
Bro, I really
How much realistically, how much better is Gabe Arias at shortstop than Dan Schneemann defensively?
I mean, if
Marginally, if anything.
Yeah, it's like, do you like the hyper fundamentally sound, like the quick twitch monsters? Because like Schneeman's hyper.
Gabe, that much of a twitch monster?
He is. We just don't know where the ball's landing. In terms of he's got a true third base arm.
I mean, I'm not saying that Gabe's arm is bad, but like, it's not like he's getting. I don't think there's a ball that Gabe gets to that Dan doesn't.
So I guess when I'm thinking about, no, there is. Gabe Arias is like in the 90th percentile in range. It just feels weird because he doesn't look like he spends a lot of time in the gym.
To me, it's just like, I think that they really love the kid that's in AA right now.
He's been raking. I know you're talking about.
Forget his name. Serio.
Yeah, but it's like, how many shortstops can we love? Like,
it's true. That's why I'm not drafting another shortstop. I don't care. So I don't know, man. It's just, to me, like, I don't understand why, like, they keep doing the same stuff and it doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Mm-mm.
Then, like, okay, so and I know that you wanted to get Jose Ramirez off the field to play DH, but like, I don't know. I understand that you can't have everybody on the field all the time and in the lineup, but like, I'm pretty sure if you asked Jose to go play third base today, he'd have been like, "Yeah, sure." Like, I don't. Yeah, he's been doing this for too long, man.
Team player, bro. Opposite of Rafael Devers.
So it's just, dude. I think they are like, they're not going to be sellers because if the playoffs started today, they're in. They're in the playoffs today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so they're not going to be. They're going to be. But if they do anything, they will be buyers. They will not be sellers.
I hope the Yankees call about Schneemann, bro. I'm
starting to convince myself that they're going to be in this, and you hope that they make a trade.
I think they're going to try to add a bullpen arm and a right-handed bat, and they're going to try to do it with a collection of their middle infield prospects.
Please,
that's what I think they're going to do.
I think that they should also include Lane Thomas in a deal.
In any deal,
because when are we going to, like? I need to be fair. I need to try to be consistent. Like, if I'm going to criticize David Fry, even though he's only played in like 12 games, I should also be critical of Lane Thomas. He's been bad too. Bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
Can we do the David Fry tracker? Because you got mad at me last week for doing it.
The David Fry tracker?
When I read his batting average off, and you were like, it hasn't been that many games yet.
What's he at right now?
160.
Tearing the cover off the ball.
Ripping through all pitchers, dude.
It's frustrating. It's
That's 25 at bats, 4 hits.
And like, it just, to me, like, and I guess you kind of have to do this. Like, I think that they're banking I wonder how they really feel about Travis Bazzana.
Well, he's not even healthy.
I know he's not healthy, but like, I want to know what they think about his timeline. Like, I wonder if they look at Travis Bazzana and be like, "You're starting at second base next year." Like when we go to when we go to spring training in February of 2026, you're going to be the starting second baseman.
I mean, if that's the case, you have to move Schneeman, right? Like Schneeman's got value,
but you can't move Schneeman right now because you're still in it, and he's one of your best players.
Yeah, but you don't play him every day, so he's not one of your best players. He's just there.
Well, he is one of your best players. They just don't know how to operate properly with their best players.
Whether he's chilling, he watches the games just like me most of the time, just with better seats.
Well, he had a really bad strikeout today, but I like Schneeman a lot. I think he should be an all-star. I think he's going to get all-star votes.
We'll see.
As a second baseman.
Yeah, we'll see. Shout out Schneemster, man. I pulled up his metrics. He's got a weak arm is the issue.
Schneeman? Yeah.
Yeah, really, really weak arm. Over 10 miles an hour slower than Angels and than Gabe Aces.
You can hide a bad arm in left field, man.
Yeah, but you can't hide a bad arm at shortstop.
No, you can't. That's a very true statement. But you know what? I'm tired of scoring one run. So give me the players that are hitting the baseball and let me score some runs.
No, I'm just saying, bro, if they put you and Schneeman both on the gun, you probably got a shot.
Not anymore.
No, you probably got a shot. What'd you top out at back in the day?
The hardest I ever threw on a mound was 87 miles an hour.
Okay. What about just like flat ground? Probably that probably translates
like a pull down.
Yeah.
I probably could touch a 90, but like,
okay,
maybe.
I
wasn't that honestly. Pull downs were quite really a thing.
Pull down started in like 17, 18. You were like done by
then. No, they started a little bit before that because I remember like looking into like teaching it and like looking in like 2013.
Well, it became like accepted as like the science appropriate way to increase velo, like 17, 18.
But I mean, if I really set like 85,
okay,
84, 85, and I touched 87 like once. So like I'm sure I could hit a 90 and a pull down, but like it wasn't,
Well, Schneeman's sitting 80.8.
No way.
What do you
average?
Mean? Yes.
Oh, average. He also plays second base. He doesn't have to throw the ball hard. His arm's better than mine ever was.
Just saying, bro. Angel Martinez, where he's sitting?
90 plus.
95-2.
Yeah, but he also played a lot of center field.
Okay. Well, where's Gabe Arias sitting?
I don't know, 88?
91.
Okay, so Gabe's got a good arm.
Yeah, Schneeman is below the 50 percentile mark.
Like, I didn't say he had a good arm. I'm just saying it was better than mine.
I'm saying, bro, it's not better than mine. I'm sitting today of all day.
You're not.
Today, I could probably run outside and throw like pull down. I could probably put out like 78.
It would hurt you so bad. Your elbow would hurt so bad.
My arm hurt just saying that out loud.
Yeah.
My elbow said, "Leave me alone, bro. We're done out here."
Yeah. Well, Ohio State has been active.
Oh, dude, super active, dude. It's been a weird time. For starters, Sincere Johnson commits to Ohio State yesterday, but today, at the time we're recording this, big news. I think he's a monster. Some people have him listed at edge. Some people have him listed at linebacker. He's Arvo Reese.
Yeah.
With maybe the update. I don't know. Huge. That's huge for Ohio State because Bama was in it, but I'll just toss it to you.
Glenville. It's a Glenville pipeline. Got to have it. James, great job. It's one that he should have gotten. So I'm happy that he did. I think you have to go get I'm just glad they got one of the best players in Ohio. One of the best players in the country that happened to be from Ohio.
Right. And he would be a top 25 player if he was in Florida, Georgia, or Texas, or Alabama. Like the kid's that good. Like the kid, like his scale, like he's better than Arvo Reese was as a junior in high school.
Yes.
And Arvo Reese is a monster. Now, Arvo Reese also like was younger and like graduated early and all the other stuff. So I'm not saying he's going to be Arvell Reese, but he's like on that kind of trajectory, and he's huge.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks like a Georgia. He looks like.
Do you think he's going to play linebacker, or do you think he's play edge?
I think there's a ton of value of him to get to campus as like a middle linebacker, and then like if he wants to rush the passer, rush the passer.
Can he run
there? Huh?
Do you think he can run enough to be? Because you said he's big.
Yeah, I think he's the same athletic profile as Arvell.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah.
And I think Arvell could be a pass rusher right now if he wanted to. I think Arvell could have been one last year, but Sincere is 6'3", 240.
Sounds like a linebacker to me.
Yeah, to me, I like him as a linebacker.
You also have dreadlocks already too.
Yeah, well, I think he's got braids. I think right now.
Yeah, so we need more dreadlock players on defense.
100%, bro. If you are from Glenville and I see your hair through your helmet, you're good with me, bud. I know that's good enough for 4.5 tackles for loss per year at the minimum. That's like like when you're black, when you're born, you automatically by the time when you turn 18, you have an automatic 27-inch vertical. And it's like that's the floor. It's
like when you see a hockey player and they have one of their teeth missing, like they're good at hockey.
Yeah, bro. Like that's good. I mean, that's good for at least like 10 goals.
Yeah, gotta be.
I think that you're good for that.
Yeah, gotta be. So I'm happy about that. I know that there's been some criticism of Larry because of, USC's. It's hard, man, because like my personal belief is that Larry, it might be time.
It's too easy to recruit against him.
And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like we can't blame Larry for getting outbid on kids, but we also can't like just give him praise when he gets somebody as well. Like there has to be some sort of a middle ground. I feel like it's not fair to just like you can't get up. He doesn't get off the hook when he doesn't get a kid, But like I don't. Am I saying that the right way? Is that right?
You're saying like if you want to give him credit for getting a kid, you have to give him blame for losing a kid.
Correct.
It's like being a quarterback of a team. Like if you want the credit for winning a game, you also shoulder some of the blame for losing a game.
Yeah, and I'm one of the people too. Like, I say like Brian Hartline doesn't have any problems because of money.
Mm-hmm.
Walton doesn't have any problems because of money.
Mm-hmm.
James clearly isn't having issues because of money.
Correct.
So it's one of these things where it's like something's got to give here. But I also know that Larry's going to have at least one, probably two NFL players on the defensive line this year.
And what we're talking about is the Waffle Kid. The Waffle Kid committed to USC over Ohio State. 6'5", 240. Was a great last name. Going to be a really good player. And a lot of people felt like yesterday, all the crystal balls came in for him to Ohio State. And then a last minute offer came in from USC for about $1.3 million per year. And then the kid ended up the kid ended up committing today to USC when everyone thought yesterday he was going to go to Ohio State.
And I'm not paying a high school defensive end $1.3 million.
Right.
I'm also we also lost a running back because we didn't want to pay them $800,000. No way on this earth am I paying a high school running back $800,000.
Yeah, Savion Hyder.
No chance.
Yeah. So Luke Waffle and Savion Hyder, who we recruited for a long time, both ended up going elsewhere. Juck had a great point. He's like, we need to get the bag detector out sooner so we don't waste time if this is going to happen.
Yeah, if you got to find, and it's hard because I can't imagine what it's like recruiting right now because you're trying to build a relationship, but then you also need to figure out quickly, is he after this money or is he after, does he really want to, get recruited the right way?
What's your stance on bidding against other schools?
This is a very fence-standing answer, but, it depends on who I'm recruiting against.
No, I think, honestly, it's not even here we go. I am okay. I am okay with getting in a bidding war with Georgia for a linebacker.
Correct.
I am okay with getting in a bidding war
100%
for a wide receiver from Texas. I'm okay even bidding for a quarterback from Texas. I'm okay bidding with USC for a quarterback. But my brother in Christ, if you play defense and you look at me, coach, or you look at me and I'm talking to you and I'm the coach and you're talking about, yeah, I know I play defense, but USC's offering this. I'm like, boy, go to hell. We're good.
Yeah. If I don't think I'm going to need to see you, go ahead.
Well, not just that, but if you're going to make me get in a bidding war, like, brother, you play defense and you want me to get in a bidding war against USC, dog, go have fun losing by 35 against the big dogs. Go have fun missing 17 tackles, because if you're not serious about your development, we don't want you anyway. I'll get in a bidding war with Kirby Smart, because I know Kirby Smart and can develop defensive players. I know
that. I'm going to have to. The chances of, if I want to win a national championship, I'm probably going to have to see you.
Yeah, and I got to see you. And I know you're serious about your development, and I got to see you. But, boy, you think I'm Lincoln Riley? They have not discovered defense yet.
No. Until Lincoln Riley shows you that defense is important to him, I'm never, ever, ever going to be worried about a Lincoln Riley team. In the long term. You're not.
Exactly.
And so to me, it's like, we can be upset all we want to that we didn't get this kid, but like, it doesn't seem like, and listen, I'm not even opposed. Like, that's a lot of money.
It is. That's a lot of money for 2 years, and like, go get it. Go get it.
It came out that Lenore Sellers got offered $8 million from somebody, like, and his daddy said, well, we're not interested in this money, but like, that's a lot of money, dog.
Dog, I saw the tweet, and it summed it up perfectly. Someone said, I would have told my pop, shut the fuck up when a millionaire talking and got the money, bro. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Lenore Seller pops led him astray, but it's cool.
I mean, I'm assuming that the team was Georgia. I'm going to assume that Georgia offered him 2 years for $4 million each year.
Dude, the second that I heard that Georgia offered Kyle McCord $4 million from a really, really reliable source, from a source a little bit too good, I'm assuming anybody who gets a stupid offer like that, Georgia called.
So I'm going to be honest with you. I think Pops absolutely led this kid astray, his son astray, because one, you're going to get $8 million. That's guaranteed. It's guaranteed money.
Yeah.
So that money, if you have the right person around you, you could never work again a day. You could barely work again in the rest of your life with $8 million if you invested properly.
Correct.
So one, there's that. Two, like, with all due respect to South Carolina, I'm not until I see it. You ain't going nowhere.
And to me, you're JT Barrett with rec specs. I like you, Lenore Sellers. I think you're a great player. I don't think you're an NFL player. You're not an NFL quarterback, big dog.
Yeah. So
when
it comes to the bag thing, like the money thing, like, I don't like it, and I feel like this is happening for a couple reasons. One, I think teams are driving up the price because of the kid, like, they're like kind of hoarding them because then another team has to pay the buyout.
Mm-hmm.
Two, I think these kids are trying to capture the moment, because as soon as this like settlement finishes, like, this is no longer a thing.
Yeah, this is like the last go round.
So like, we're not going to have to deal with this shit much longer. And so, if this whole thing, like, Texas A&M did it, Miami did it, Texas Tech's doing it, like, there's these programs that are doing this money thing. There's a trend.
Mm-hmm.
They're all the same.
They pay the bad team tax in their ass.
Correct. It's like, there's a reason why you don't see Ohio State, Georgia, Texas, like, they don't have to.
Mm.
And you know what? When all those kids go in the portal, guess who's going to snatch them all up?
If they're any good.
If they're any good at all, they're going to go to those 4 programs.
You know who the last big-time recruit Ohio State lost to USC was?
No.
Defensive-wise. It was a gentleman named Tackett Curtis a couple years ago.
That kid was as stiff as a 12-year-old boner.
Blood was ass. Guess what? He couldn't tackle. He was stiff. He was really ripped, though. Looked good. Looked like Captain America. Ended up transferring.
So
Guess who he called it?
Wisconsin.
Yeah, guess who he called and didn't pick up the phone?
Who?
We don't want to hear from you, big dog. You chose USC. You're not that good. You wasted a year of development, and we wanted guys in our program from the get-go. Go kick it with Ohio State, Timu Light, and Luke Fickell. Click.
Yeah, man.
I'm all for bidding wars, but I'm only going to bid if I feel like I got to see you. And I'm only going to bid if I think you're serious about football. A defensive end choosing USC over Ohio State, that tells me that you don't think you're an NFL player. So be it. You're not serious about development. Cool. If you're going to get that kind of money, go get that money and go to Oregon. Because guess what? We know Oregon got that kind of bread, right?
Correct.
Oregon's got that bread. Go to Oregon. And then I don't get to sit here and be like, oh, you're not serious about football. Your last name is Waffle, though. And that's kind of dope.
I also think pretty sure I'd be willing to put some money down that Larry flips the Perez kid from Glenville from Florida.
I think so too. I think Sincere Johnson is a sign of that. Yep. I think so too. And that'd be really big.
I think it's all gonna be fine. Everybody needs to relax. And at the end of the day, and I know people get worked up about recruiting in June and July because there ain't shit to talk about. I get it. But like at the end of the day, as long as there's NFL players in every unit in Ohio State, like they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. I'm not huge into recruiting anymore because too many transfers happen in year 1 and 2.
I try to like pay attention to like the Ohio kids.
Yeah, that's because I care about those kids as kids.
And I care, and I'll like follow the kids that commit to Ohio State, but like I didn't even know who the Waffle kid was until like 36 hours ago. Yeah.
I only knew about him just because I refresh and find myself looking through things anyway.
So it'll be all good, everybody. Everybody relax. Do I think Larry it's probably time? I do.
He's just too easy to recruit against, dude. Yeah. He's just too easy.
So it is what it is.
Do you ever hear me out?
I do.
What you got?
I do. I think one of the 5, when you get older and you have kids, I think one of the 5 greatest things you could ever experience is the most electric trip to Nap City you could ever have.
The Napville? The Napskis?
Dude, I was off work today because of Juneteenth, and we sent the boys to school.
Are you going to wish me a happy Juneteenth, or are we just...
Happy Juneteenth, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We sent the boys to school today. I took an hour and 45-minute nap today. I feel so good. Still tired. I'm going to go to sleep probably soon.
Yeah.
But that nap, I woke up and I was like, wow.
Feels good.
Feels so good. With no threat. Like, I fell asleep with no threat of a kid waking up from their nap.
That's really freeing sleep, huh?
Yeah. It is like, it's one of the top 5 things you can experience as a dad is taking an uninterrupted, unthreatened nap.
I slept in today. I missed your call.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even text you or anything.
Good for you.
I woke up with like when you wake up and you don't know what state you're in, you don't know what species you are. That's how I woke up this morning. I woke up and I gasped for air. You ever done that? It's a weird feeling.
No, I've never done that before.
You never woke up and forgot what species you were?
No, I've taken some see, the thing about it, when I got to nap, like before I had kids, like when I would nap, it was like a 3-hour coma. Like I never was interested in like the 30-minute power nap. Like that wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Like I'll just stay up. I'm good. But the 3-hour like slumber, that's when I would wake up and be like, I don't know what's going on. You look around like, where am I at?
Dude, literally woke up and didn't know what species I am. You ready for mine, dude? And just don't laugh, bro. Flat soda is better than carbonated soda. I'm a firm believer in that. I think carbonation is one of the worst inventions ever. It never works, and all it does is make you feel bloated after the fact. It doesn't taste like anything. All it does is hurt on the way down. The only drink on this planet that should be carbonated is the Sprite from McDonald's, because that's a different kind of carbonation. That one comes directly from Wakandaville. So I'm a firm believer that if you're gonna give me soda, offer me a flat alternative, or just give me some water, bro.
It's gross.
It's not gross.
You ever had flat Coke?
I had some today actually, and I'm making one downstairs as we speak, so I'm really excited about it.
That's so nasty. It's just syrup.
Flat vanilla Coke.
It's just syrup. It's just sugar syrup.
A cold flat vanilla Coke is awesome.
Gross.
I don't need Pop Rocks in my fucking beverage.
What's wrong with you, dude?
Nothing. Nothing's wrong with me.
Everything is wrong with you.
Nothing's wrong with me.
You think your palate is so electric? It's not.
My palate is the most electric, and I don't want to. Brother.
It's not.
Brother, why do I need TV static in my soda?
Then don't drink soda. Drink juice.
I like juice too.
Who drinks a flat Coke? It's just syrup.
No, could you imagine going through your life and just TV static everywhere? Because that's what it is. That's what fizz is.
It's not.
What is it for?
I don't know.
It's stupid. It's the only, carbonation in a drink is the only time we ever try to hinder one of our senses while enjoying something sensatory.
You using big words and really deep thinking philosophical thoughts does not make this take any better.
I'm an active philosopher, and I just want to say it again for the people in the back. We are hindering our ability to feel something just for the sake of some TV static.
You're just wrong. Everything what you're saying is wrong.
I'm 100% right. You're out of your fucking mind.
You're wrong.
How do you like your water?
Cold. Cold.
Not fizzy is the point.
I don't know what to tell you, man. The flat Coke is just, you might as well just drink Aunt Jemima.
No.
Just syrup. It's just syrup.
No. You're wrong. You've never been more wrong about something. So.
I'm certainly more right than you are.
Definitely not. I've got the most advanced palate probably in human history. Happy Juneteenth from me and Tyler. Do the thing. Say peace in that deep ass lame voice so we can get out.
Peace.